What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Will Talks Disney YouTube page. And yes, we are back for another video. And as a person that is all obsessed with numbers and everything, I look into my YouTube page, I see what's popular, I see what the people want. And one of the things, or two of the things that you guys and gals have really liked is Disneyland updates and what are the crowd levels like at Walt Disney World. So as a person that wants to continue to grow my YouTube page, again, if you're not subscribed, because I looked at my stats before, 80% of the people watching this are not subscribed. So subscribe, like, and comment. I'm sorry, that's what people on YouTube do. But I have a really good article today. We're going to go over a touringplans.com article, a busy Saturday at Magic Kingdom. We're going to go over wait times, mask compliance, and more. So if you want to know what the parks are like on a weekend, this happened on Saturday, September 19th. Let's dive into this article and let's see what's going on. People that are planning Disney vacations are looking at this are very concerned on what are the crowd levels like at Disney. We saw the emptiness that was the beginning of July and August. We saw Labor Day. I had an article on, or a video on crowd apocalypse that never materialized, but now we're starting to get into the heart of fall. They've brought out these amazing Halloween cavalcades. How is that affecting how the crowd levels are like in the parks? So if you're going into the parks, one of the things that most people are concerned with are mask compliance and how safe do people feel. So as the parks get busier and social distancing becomes harder, you start seeing people that go for coverage when it rains, and it's Florida, so it's pretty much raining every day. So bring your ponchos, bring your umbrella. But you see a lot of crowding at times, or you can see crowding at times. So wearing your mask is vitally important. So yes, there's still a handful of guests that are not wearing their masks, but in each instance, there's the Disney touch. Can you pull your mask up, sir? Can you pull your mask down, ma'am? It's done with a nice but firm, hey, we need to keep things the right way. We need to wear a mask properly. Because Disney obviously has a ton on the line. They're under major scrutiny every time. When the Florida cases were spiked super high and they opened the parks, they were judged even though Universal, Busch Gardens, and SeaWorld had already been opened. Disney is always going to be on the spotlight. So they continue to put health and safety above everything else. But again, it's good to see that they're asking guests to wear their mask properly. So on this day, the park closed at 6 p.m. and the line for Splash Mountain, 45 minutes before park closing, was 60 minutes. So sign number one, parks are getting busier. Again, we're gonna go through some pictures here. This is Fantasyland, right by my friend CJ's favorite ride, Small World. You got Pinocchio's Village House, you got the Carousel, Peter Pan's Flight. And this is what it looks like 15 minutes before park closing. No, this is not an hour. This is not 2 hours before. This is 15 minutes before park closing. So again, we're gonna have a little bit of a discussion right here on park hours. Park hours got condensed, but it looks like capacity went up. So you have like an inverse here. People aren't leaving as quickly as they were before. And overall, we're going through it, like I said, we're going through an influx where there are more people that are staying later, but the parks are closing shorter. It's very tough. I think Disney has to pivot quickly if they're going to continue to increase park capacity, but lower the crowd hours. So you're essentially paying for the same thing, but you're paying the same price for less hours. From a profit margin OP standpoint, yes, they're making more because they're paying their cast members less time and more people are in, so they'll be making more margin. But Disney has to be very, very careful at what they're doing. So Halloween cavalcades are a crowd pleaser. So when on the 15th, when I saw those first cavalcades, so here is one of the sites that I thought I would never see. You've got Jack, Sally, and Oogie Boogie on a Nightmare Before Christmas float going down Main Street during the day, non-Halloween party. So from the Halloween standpoint, Disney is doing an amazing job. My favorite movie has always been Nightmare Before Christmas. It's an all-year movie. It is not a Halloween movie. I understand it's a Christmas movie. Thank you, Tim Burton and Danny Elfman, but I still watch it all year round. It's one of my favorite movies. It's definitely my favorite Disney movie, and Jack Skellington is my favorite character of all time. So seeing this is, I mean, absolutely incredible. You have the mini Boo to You parade, which that song, the first time I ever heard it, got stuck in my head. I remember sitting in the hub watching the parade go by, and then you sing Boo to You for, I don't know, days, and you're happy about it. And then getting to see the villains come down Main Street too. I mean, Gaston is awesome. His sass is up to a 10. So everything is going right from the Disney standpoint as what they're doing for Halloween. The one area where they have to be careful is on crowd levels. So when you have these great events that people want to see, people are going to crowd. They're random. They just show up. But people are still going to, hey, there's Jack and Sally. I want to see that again. Hey, there's the villains. Hey, there's Mickey and Minnie and Donald and not Goofy, because we're very upset that not Goofy's not on the float, but Donald and Daisy and Pluto and their Halloween best. People are going to congregate, so Disney has to continue to remain diligent on keeping people separated and maintaining that social distance. So it'll be interesting to see how they keep that going. And I mean, who doesn't want to see Pooh and Tigger and their Halloween best? These are what you dream of. So how are wait times affected? If you're going to the parks, one of the big benefits of going down now was you're supposed to be able to go on every single ride in theory. You're not going to have long wait times, so it's to make up for the no fireworks, the no full-time parades, the no character meet and greets, not having all the food and some of the shops open. So now we get into the discussion, is it still worth it to go, pay full price, have shorter hours, and the crowds are creeping up and continuing to creep up? So historically, the last 2 hours had been a great time to get in some rides, crowds drop down. But unfortunately, we're not seeing that. People are lingering longer, so I am sorry to my photographer friends. This is an hour and a half after park close. So typically, pre-COVID, you'd have to wait 2.5, 3 hours to get your empty park photos. During COVID, the first couple of months, you could wait maybe an hour and get empty park photos. But this is an hour and a half. And unfortunately, you're not going to be able to get empty park photos with this many people in the park still. And again, this is the reverse view. This is looking down Main Street. So again, not crazy busy, not super busy, but an hour and a half after park closing, I would have expected there maybe to be 2 people on Main Street, not still with a bunch of people going on. So again, so this is at 5:15. Again, this is 45 minutes before park closing. Space Mountain still had a 35-minute wait. You're expecting around 30. I mean, it's still heavy. And then this is the one that still boggles my mind. Splash Mountain, 45 minutes before park closing with the 60-minute wait. Expected wait almost 70. If we didn't think that the parks were busy before, the parks are definitely getting busier. Things are happening. And overall, the parks, you're seeing people stay later that we've been talking about, and the ride times are going up. So again, at the same time, Peter Pan's flight is pretty much where you would expect it to be. Again, this is at 5:15. I mean, Peter Pan, I still don't fully get the hype. I know you're flying, but 30-minute wait time. Again, this is at 5:15. Pirates. This is crazy. Pirates was a 60-minute posted wait, 45 minutes before, with an expected wait of 52. I mean, that is just crazy. I mean, just look at this line. I really enjoy Pirates. I mean, the queue's going all the way out. I mean, this is an hour before closing. I love Pirates. My family goes on it. I mean, you get a little splash. I wish we had the Disneyland Pirates, but I mean, these lines for an hour before. So I really think that Disney needs to pivot. I know it's not going to happen overnight, but if they're going to let in more people, like I've been saying, I know I'm repeating myself, they need to increase how long the park hours are going to be. So one of the great things about touring plans is they have tons of data. So if you're a data geek nerd like myself, there is a lot of different graphs and different things you can go on. So what I want to show you is we're just going to focus here on this red line. So this red line is the average or adjusted predictions for the day. So if you see here, a majority of the day, the average predictions of Pirates is more than a 40-minute wait. So not the walk-on that we had been used to seeing before. So on a weekend, an average in the fall of September, I think when I went last year, I don't think we waited 40 minutes for Pirates. I think the wait times are longer now than they were last year. Maybe we did wait 40 minutes or we fast passed it, but fast pass isn't an option. So you're waiting 40 minutes for Pirates. I don't know if it's worth it. Again, so now what we're going to do is, again, we have this Crowdpocalypse video from a week, maybe 10 days back, looking at Labor Day. That was supposed to be the busy day. It ultimately didn't materialize, but let's see, how do the crowds look now versus what they did on Labor Day, at least from a observed average wait perspective. So we're just gonna do a couple here. So not to confuse you, we got Seven Dwarfs was an observed average wait time of 56 minutes. And this was for this past Saturday. So if I go back, Seven Dwarfs before was 46 minutes. So you're 10 minutes longer than you were before. Let's go to Big Thunder Mountain. Labor Day weekend, 37 minutes. Big Thunder Mountain, 48 minutes. So another 10 minutes more than you're waiting now than you were waiting before. And finally, my second favorite ride behind Splash Mountain is Haunted Mansion. Greatest ride for you scary folk out there. 50-minute wait this weekend. 39-minute wait before. So again, this is only 3 examples, but on average, you're waiting 10 more minutes per ride. And with a park hour reduction of 2 hours per day, and you're waiting 10 minutes per ride more, I do not like the way this is going. So again, overall, is it worth it to go? I would say yes. You're allowed to wear a costume. There's the Halloween cavalcades. There's lots of great things that are still going on at Disney. They're tiptoeing a very tight line. I understand they're a company that lost a ton of money in theme park revenue and they need to make it up. But cutting hours, increasing capacity to make more money per day is not how you do it. There are still a lot of people that are upset with some of the things that are happening. I think right now Disney is riding the high of the Halloween cavalcades, but Disney, please do not break our trust. If you're going to allow more people in and the parks are going to be busier and there's not going to be as much social distancing, or it's going to be a little bit harder to social distance, please increase the park hours. I think it's fair to your guests. I think it's fair to your workers. I think overall it makes sense. Keep more people in your parks longer so they spend more money. Don't try to nickel and dime the situation just to get by. Unfortunately, I know you're a public company that it's judged every 3 months, but don't do us wrong, Disney. We will always have your back, but please, like I said, do not break our trust. So, is it worth it? I still think yes, but it's going to be very close. So, as always, have faith, have trust, lots of pixie dust, and I look forward to the next time we talk Disney.